The brochure, the white paper. How many of you have created a brochure or white paper in the last 2 years? Okay, just about everybody, right? I mean, they're very worthwhile. They're pertinent, okay? The one thing about them, though, is they're finite. In other words, I hand off the white paper to Erin here, and she reads it. Maybe she likes it. Maybe she passes it along. But as soon as I let go of it, my engagement with Erin is over. Okay, it's done. It's single touch. If I'm lucky, I've structured the piece so that it hits more than one buyer. So I could use it at least 2 times or 3 times in my target account based upon the type of buyer, if I'm lucky. Okay? And oh, by the way, they take a little bit of time to produce. Okay? And money, because you have to go get a creative agency maybe. Right? Let's talk about blogging. This is why I love it. And I call this return on zero. You don't need anybody reading your blog for it to benefit your business. Okay? Why? Because that same idea that generated the brochure, that generated the white paper, can now tip over that first domino to have a nearly unlimited number of reasons to reach into that account. So what do I mean by that? I'll give you an example, and I'll actually show you towards the end here. If at Yo, where we run marketing, we're a staffing agency, right? Staffing is a commoditized business. I mean, that's, as much as I would like to tell you differently, that's just the business we're in, because there's so many people that do it, okay? So you have to differentiate. One of the ways in which we differentiate is we say, hey, the recruiting process ought to matter to you, right? Because we do like professional level where you have like IT folks coming in, degreed, skilled, certified types of people. That's the kind of stuff we do. So therefore, you want to care about the recruiting process, right? It speaks to the quality of who you're hiring, right? Be it on a temporary basis. So the message, the underlying story there is, hey, the quality of candidate that you're getting, it matters to your business objectives. I mean, that's what we're trying to say, right? So to affect this, I might have a white paper about that in the past, that single touch, that we talked about here, okay? But I want to kind of spark that conversation. So what we've done is we've talked about social media recruiting, right? And by the way, it's great. Look how many people are here, right? You say social media and like a crowd gathers, right? So it's a great topic. Social media recruiting and how you ought to affect it in your organization. Now, the back end of the story is, hey, by the way, we're using these tactics to recruit, therefore you're going to get better quality candidates, right? But what this does, now, every time there's some new development on this scene, I can blog about it, right? I can write about it. I could recommend how you ought to use it, how you ought to consider it for your business. If you're running into roadblocks in your organization, how you can combat those roadblocks, how you can increase adoption. The possibilities are only limited by your imagination. Okay, so again, all I got to do is tip over that domino once, and I'm like, I love it. It's great. And that's why, again, I recall it return on zero, because I don't need anybody reading it, right? The way I use it is when my salespeople are in the conversation, and they're having a tough time with this guy or whatnot, or they can't, again, it's top of the funnel sales type stuff, but I can give them that link to that blog post, and then they can kind of keep going into the account with more and more information, okay?